Welcome back to Weather Now. Houston Chronicle meteorologist Justin Ballard is here to help me dive into Texas's disaster cost for this year alone and how it compares to previous years. Welcome back, Justin.
Thank you for having me. Now, of course, the year's not done, but fingers crossed, we're done with billion-dollar disasters.
Right, because you looked into the numbers, and when it comes to billion-dollar disasters, we've had 24 hit the country so far this year, and just how many of those have affected Texas?
18.
Oh, my goodness.
So well over half of those total 24 disasters, billion-dollar disasters, have affected Texas in some way, shape, or form. Some of those direct hits, think Beryl, some of those, of course, kind of multi-state sort of severe weather outbreaks. But, you know, Texas leads the nation, unfortunately.
Yeah, we say that everything here is bigger in Texas.
Including billion-dollar disasters.
This is not something that we want to brag about. And we've had a few of those just here in Houston alone.
Correct. I mean, just thinking back to May, the derecho, May 16th, and then, of course, Hurricane Beryl. So both of those billion-dollar price tags, easily.
Wow.
Easily. So you see the stats there. Texas, 16 severe storms, 1 hurricane. And I had to think back about this one. 1 winter storm. I was like, what winter storm did we have?
That was the weekend of
Mid-January.
MLK Day weekend. Yeah.
So like you said, nationally, $24 billion weather and climate disasters. Now, this doesn't mean there's been $1 billion disasters 24 times. They can be 2, 3, 15, 20, 25 billion. So this is just, you know,
topping
$1 billion
that
or more.
Yeah, exactly. So talk to us a little bit more about how much of a price tag all this comes with.
It comes with a hefty price tag, never mind 1 year. Since 1980, we've topped off over $400 billion here in Texas alone.
Wow.
That billion-dollar stat, of course, comes with a big price tag as well in terms of insurance, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But you can see some of the data. This comes from the National Centers for Environmental Information, so kind of a NOAA product here, and it's a really neat tool to kind of toggle around and see exactly how, you know, your states rank. So Texas, you see that there in the darkest shade of red. You can toggle the 1980 to 2024. You can just look at individual years, or you can look at, you know, individual kind of time segments. Since 2008, Ike, of course, was the year that kind of springs to mind when we're thinking of 2008. Since 2008, Texas has accounted for $360 billion of that $430 billion.
Wow, that's just incredible. And so that's a great tool right there to kind of assess your risk. And when you do it in county mode, you'll see one bright red county right in southeast Texas, and that is Harris County, which maxes out the scale at a perfect 100 for the greatest risk in the country of billion-dollar disasters.
Normally a score of 100 is a great thing. Not in this case.
No. Okay, so there were 3 states, though, that really jumped out and caught your eye along the Gulf Coast. Which ones are those?
And perhaps not surprisingly, they're along the Gulf Coast. So Texas, Florida, and Louisiana. Texas is the highest in terms of cost. You see that there. The top costliest states, $430+ billion. Again, this is data since 1980. Coming in at second place, I'm sure they're not happy about it, Florida, and then third place, $310+ billion, Louisiana. Of course, the smaller your state is, the less, you know, room, if you will, for billion-dollar disasters to happen. Texas and Florida both have very, very long coastlines.
Right, and just incredible. And that's also had a huge impact on our home insurance rates. We have seen skyrocketing costs in the last several years.
Yeah, we were just talking about this off camera just a few moments ago. Insurance, homeowners insurance per year. Some of the top, you see them here. I believe Texas is 6th, so not technically top 5, but top 10 certainly. According to Bankrate, $3,900 per year every single year here in Texas, $4,300 in Louisiana, and $5,500 per year in Florida. So at least we're not top there. But even Florida is second.
Is California Nebraska? Get out. I would not have guessed that.
I would not have either.
Any idea why?
The only thing I could think of is maybe it's square in the middle of Tornado Alley.
Right, yeah.
But even that doesn't necessarily add up, in my opinion.
Okay, give us some good news.
Well, there's good news. This year's almost over, hopefully. So, you know, here's to 2025. Hopefully it's a little quieter.
We'll hope for a quieter 2025, and we'll leave it at that today for our bit of good news to end with. All right, thanks so much, Justin.